AITA for refusing to leave the store with my dog? I am not Oop. Oop is you. Throwaway 975,320 on R. Am I the asshole in R? Entitled parents. Trigger warning. Ableism and racism. Less than. AITA for refusing to leave the store with my dog? March 10, 2023. I have an invisible disability and a service dog. She's a cardiac alert dog. I bring her everywhere. And it has been such a big quality of life difference for me. Yesterday I was in Bulk Foods buying some supplies and brought my dog with me. While I was buying candy, a girl nearby started crying. The mother walked over and started demanding that I leave the store immediately. I tried telling her that my dog was working and was not a pet. She wasn't having it and didn't believe me because I was too young to have a medical condition. She said that regardless of whether or not my dog was an authentic working dog, her child had autism and was terrified. So I had to leave immediately and wait until they were done shopping until I could come back inside. I refused and continued shopping. I simply went to another area of the store to get the rest of the stuff on my shopping list. The woman had to bring her child and leave the store because she was too scared. The entire time, she kept saying I should be ashamed of myself for scaring a child and refusing to leave. Edit. Yes. My dog was wearing a harness with patches on it to clearly identify it as a service dog and to not distract while she's working. Verdict. NTA. Karen called the cops on my service dog and accused me of being too young to be disabled again. April 13, 2023. So, I saw the Karen with her child again. But this time in Walmart while I was grocery shopping. I made the mistake of ignoring my dog when she was alerting to my heart rate. I genuinely thought she wanted the sandwich I was eating. Boy was I ever wrong. I ended up really dizzy and out of breath and had to sit down in the corner of the store while she was doing deep pressure therapy. I must have been on the floor for about 10 minutes. During that time, a staff member at Walmart came over to check on me and ask if I was all right. They gave me a free bottle of water as well and I am very appreciative of that. Anyways, while I was down, the same child saw me again from a distance and had another meltdown. The child's mom already explained to me last time that her daughter had autism. She was screaming and crying about my dog being there because she was terrified. I can understand why she may be scared because my dog is by no means small. She's a 115 pounds female cane corso. Aside from alert and response, she's also trained for mobility assistance. Her breed isn't typically used as a service dog, but she was a natural. I got her as a pet dog and she became the service dog I needed. She's 100% good girl. This woman did not leave the store with her child that was having a meltdown. Instead, she had the audacity to call 911 on me. Eventually the cops did show up and she kept shouting that I was faking having a disability because I was too young to actually be disabled again. That it was illegal for me to have my service dog anywhere near food indoors and that people like me are the reason why she has had to suffer lockdowns. I'm Asian. She said the least I could do is be considerate and stay home away from everyone and keep my dog at home where it belongs. My dog was very clearly vested with tags that says service dog. I showed the cops my medical note that I carry stating that I require a service dog. In the end, the manager banned the woman from coming to the local Walmart for a year. The cops only gave her a warning for wasting their time and escorted her off the property. Editor's note. Marked as concluded since this is a throwaway account and it's not likely OOP will have further run-ins with the Karen. LMK if you disagree. Reminder. I am not the op. If you're too young to be disabled, how is her daughter disabled enough that accommodations must be made for her? Something tells me that every parenting choice this woman makes exacerbates her daughter's sensitivities and triggers. And that people like me are the reason why she has had to suffer lockdowns. There it is. Now her meltdown makes sense. Lol. She sounds like a terrible human being. Good for Oops standing their ground. Play stupid games. Win stupid prizes. She deserves that year-long ban, and she should be ashamed of how she treats people with disabilities. What if someone treated her child with such cavalier disdain? Racism manifests itself in so many ways. Assumption of dishonesty is a very common one. I'm not a dog person, so I had to Google what a cane corso is, and I can't blame a kid for being scared. But then you take your kid out of the situation. Work on exposure therapy with a professional. It honestly confounds me how people can foist their lack of parenting skills onto others. Something tells me this story happened in Alberta. I worked with a lot of people that use legitimate service animals. I taught them to public transportation. Anytime someone threw a fit saying they had an allergy or were afraid, by law the dog had a right to be there, as it was considered part of the person's body. It was up to the other person to either leave or deal with the allergy. Now emotional support animals were the bane of my existence. My boss had a client that had emotional support cockroaches in a jar in her purse. So she's saying she's too young to be disabled, but then cries her child is disabled. Yeah, she's not the sharpest tool in the shed, and she's racist to boot. I'm glad Walmart banned her. But honestly, I'd have pushed for her to be charged. People like her should be neutered so they can't pass that stupidity onto the next generation. The number of racist snowflakes, I use that term unironically, is just growing exponentially in the US. Real sad that instead of taking the moment to teach her child how to handle a dog being nearby. Sorry little girl, but dogs exist, and it's inevitable that they'll exist near you even when you don't want them to. The mom instead exacerbates the situation by yelling at poor Oop and throwing her own tantrum. I mean, are we sure the kid was autistic and just no faking it? After all, young people can't have invisible disabilities. Woman shrugging. That was sarcasm and me flipping the mother's idiot logic. Just in case someone thinks I am serious. Also, Karen is not doing her kid any favors. Dogs are literally everywhere there's people. She needs to teach her kid how to control her fear. She don't have to love dogs, but this phobia is going to cripple her if it gets to run things. I love that she was banned from Walmart for a year. Tears of joy. You're too young to have a disability! Exclamation mark. Yells woman taking care of young disabled child. Woman. Has young child with disability. Also woman. Says Oop is too young for disability. Huh? So, she has a kid with special needs but other young people can't be disabled? WTF. She said the least I could do is be considerate and stay home away from everyone and keep my dog at home where it belongs. The fact that this woman didn't see the irony that someone could do minimal edits to this sentence and then say it to her. Am I the only one who read the first sentence of this post as, "I have an invisible service dog"? Made the rest of the post very confusing. In the US at least, service dog vests and medical notes are not required. Vests, collars, and certificates stating a dog is a service dog can be easily purchased online by anyone at all. https www.aita.gov/resources/serviceanimals2010 requirements/ NTA. Poor kid that has Karen for a mom.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.